5 scary Reddit stories. True. Petrifying. 5 October 2017. Are you ready? Are they true? Are demons there, just beyond our reach? When you look in the mirror, are you looking at yourself? Or what? Let's start this bad boy off. Number 5. One Reddit user detailed an encounter of a ghost hunting trip at Waverly Hills Sanatarium in Kentucky. According to Wikipedia, the show Ghost Hunters visited Waverly Hills. It has been dubbed one of the scariest hospitals in the U.S. Sunshine Daisy's user details. We started investigating and trying to communicate with the dead. 30 minutes into it, I see my brother walking around the other side of the sanitarium. So I yelled to him, "You're not supposed to be up here," I said. But he ignored me. He started to walk closer with a smile on his face. I asked him what he was doing, but he ignored me. I was getting really upset. My friend yelled at him to stop being an ass, but he still wouldn't listen. He got closer, and I shined the light at him. No joke, his eyes were pitch black. I felt my skin crawl. We all stared at him as he entered one of the rooms. My friend and I followed after him, but when we got in there, he wasn't there. There was only one way out. We were spooked. About 20 minutes later, my teacher comes up with my brother and the other student. I'm pissed, yelling at him. My teacher asked, whoa, what's the problem? I said, my brother came up here to our floor and he ignored us. The look on his face, apparently, he was with my teacher at the bottom floor the entire time. Now, could this really have happened? Is this a joke made up by Sunshine Daisies? Well, I'll never know, but why would somebody make something like that up? There was somebody there, and it wasn't her brother. Number 4. Skype ghost wants to talk. Reddit user Flyingpastakitty details an experience of chatting with a friend on Skype when a paranormal entity decides to join the conversation. During the call, Flyingpastakitty gets up to grab a snack, and that's when the ghost sees its opportunity to connect. I could hear a few noises, just basic background noises. Her parents talking, dishes moving, and her voice. They were distant, but I can hear them. After about a minute, I heard what sounded like a small child crying. This was unsettling and confusing for 2 reasons. 1, my friend didn't have any younger siblings, and 2, my baby brother was with my mom. Flyingpastakitty wrote. When she returned, I asked her about it. She was caught off guard and froze for a second. You hear it too? Yes, I hear a child crying. Do you believe in ghosts? Yeah, why? Tell me what you see. I couldn't believe it. A transparent figure of a little girl stood there looking in. The creepier part was that she started smiling and laughing. Is that a ghost child? I questioned. Yes, she was murdered a long time ago in this house. She explained to me after the little girl was left, apparently she was brutally murdered by her father. Her father apparently cut her up and scattered her remains throughout the entirety of the house. And I don't think my friend was pranking me, but that was creepy. Number 2. Number 3. The aunt I never met watches me. You know, it's fairly common for people to feel energy and inspiration from people who have passed away, but they don't usually see them. Reddit user Dr. Octopus 808 did. While the story isn't scary, if you don't believe in ghosts or spirits, it just might change your mind. Every month or so, I see a woman with short light brown hair, presumably in her early 30s, outside my window, watching me, keeping me safe, comforting me for years. Later, looking through old photos of my mom, and I find a picture of 2 of them, the woman and my mom. I glanced at the photo awkwardly. My mom responded, "That's your aunt you've probably never seen pictures of because she died before you were born." Dr. Octopus wrote that her aunt, whom she never met, died 5 months before she was born and was intended to be her godmother. Her aunt apparently looked that responsibility very seriously and even honored her duties from beyond the grave. Now that is family. That was beautiful. Now let's hit number 2. Don't Go in the Basement is written by Ash Chick. It's pretty much the first rule surviving any horror movie. Don't go in the basement. However, someone always goes in the basement in the movies, and it usually doesn't end well. One day, home alone and sick, I was laying in my bed, watching some movies. I remember hearing someone walk into my room. Assuming it was my mom home for lunch, I ignored the sounds. A few minutes passed, and then I heard a little girl say, "Hello?" Confused, I got up and opened my bedroom door to see a girl in a nightgown with black stuff all over her face. I gasped, and she turned to me and asked if I can help her. I couldn't answer because I was shocked to see that she was burnt all over. That's when I knew she wasn't alive. I was looking at a spirit. I asked her if she was okay, and she said no. She wanted her mom. I said, "Okay, relax. Where's your mother? Where do you remember?" Then all of a sudden, I hear a woman yelling across my house. The little girl looked so excited, and I asked me to follow her. For some reason, I did. We got across the house, and of course we went down to the basement stairs. I never go down there, not by myself. I wouldn't if my life depended on it. So I started to walk away, and of course she came back to me and asked me to follow her down the stairs. She wanted me to meet her mother, so I walked back and stopped at the stairs. She kept begging me to come down. I finally looked at her and said no. The entire mood changed. She looked so mad and so evil. She looked at me with her pure black eyes and yelled to come down the stairs, and I screamed back, "No!" And to leave my home. She burst into flames, and I never seen her again. Not going to my basement. Not after that. Number are up. Will never happen. Let's hit number 1. The scariest Reddit story found to date this year. When people experience paranormal activity in their house or apartment, they often consider the spirits the uninvited guest, which is the name of our last story, by Ambellarose. And she writes, "When I got my stuff, I took pictures of everything I had. When I took a picture of my TV and it didn't turn out right, I didn't have cable at the time and the TV was off. In the picture of my TV, there was a white girl with brown hair wearing a blue shirt. The shirt left the shoulders bare, and there was a man on his knees in front of the girl wearing a white shirt was way too big for him. Standing next to the girl was a tall, older man. He was wearing a brown suit with black pinstripes. Weird things started happening. My cat, who got spooked easily, started hissing at something I couldn't see. My favorite Coke glass fell outside the drain all by itself. Months later, I was getting ready for bed. I was standing in front of my bedroom door when this black figure walked right in front of me. Like I wasn't even there. The figure was a man, I could tell. I can't explain it, but I knew it was. He was 6 feet tall and bald. Weird stuff still happens. When I'm in my bedroom, I could smell cigar smoke right in my face. I can hear old-time music from the 20s. I can hear conversations in the living room when I'm the only person home. And I always see that little girl in the blue dress standing at the bottom of my bed. She never says anything. She just stands there and watches me sleep." Now, those are the 5 scariest stories from Reddit this year. I hope you enjoy it.